Hello everyone, my name is Omkar and today I'm going to talk about US visa B1 B2 visa specifically. I recently got my B1 B2 visa, US B1 B2 visa, and I got it literally in 5 days. So I thought of sharing my experience with you. And I did my application from Belgium, and similar is the process for all other European countries. So definitely this is pure the experience. Don't take it as a legal advice, but I'm sure my experience will help you to understand the overall process. Okay, so I'm going to cover the five things today. Why we should do what is the purpose of B1 B2 visa. I will not go into details that there are so many videos that are covering it, but some few tips that I learned, a quick tips for you to before you apply for visa and then get it. So first of all, as name says, it's B1/B2. B1 is more for business visa. If you are planning for a visit, some conference, you want to attend some conference, of course you can see the details, which visa is applicable for what kind of a purpose. So all those documents are available on US consulate website, so I'll share that website shortly. So this is the final visa, how it looks like, and then this is the US Federal Department of State website, which I'll share with you, which clearly states what are the different types of visas and which for which purpose which visa to be used. Okay, so for this discussion I'm going to cover only B1 and B2. So B1 is mainly business and B2 is mainly for tourism purpose. If you want to meet your family, friends, relatives, that can also be B2 visa. So that's the purpose of B1 B2 visa, and it's valid for 10 years. So of course, if you are in Belgium or any other European country, and if you're Indian, then preferably I would recommend that you already process your visa if you already think that you'll be visiting US in next 10 years. So because in India it takes almost 1.5 year to get the appointment and then get the US visa. So here it's much quicker. 1 week is very less amount, and then with a validity of 10 years. So if you are here, definitely it's recommended that to get your US visa if you plan to visit US in next 10 years. All right, so that's the reason why you should do it from here. The next thing is before, so there are a few important tips I'm going to share at the end, so be stay tuned. So mainly three categories before you start. What all you need? So of course you need a passport, and passport should be at least valid for next 1 year. And then should have a sufficient number of blank pages so that they can stamp the visa. That's a prerequisite, of course. And then if you already know someone in US, say you have a friend or you have some relative, then I would recommend get their name, some reference with their permission, and then you can quote that as your reference in your visa application. So what all details you need for your reference name, phone number, and address. That's it. Email address is optional, so you don't need to. Even these three details, it's not mandatory, but if you are giving some reference, it always helps to strengthen your case. So I did that, and then I you just need these three details to fill in your form. Then invitation, of course you don't need any invitation letter, you don't need any support letter. If you are sponsoring your own trip, you don't need any letter from them. So neither we have to book the flight tickets in advance, so it's easy compared to say Schengen visa, where you have to show the itinerary and flight tickets and all. That's not required here. As far as you have a plan, you already tell them that this is the plan where when I want to go and why I want to go, then they should be okay. And photo, of course, that's another thing. It's not mandatory to upload the photo upfront, but it's good to do it. And then I would recommend to take a photo on your own, and then already scan that photo and upload in your application so that it's your application is up to date. But photo is not mandatory while you are submitting the application. You can upload it afterwards. Then during the application, so there are two things to do here. One is DS 160 form. That's what they call it. Is the form which you have to submit. You need to fill in the details. So this is the form I was showing, and then it starts with, so when you go to the website, this link, I will already share the link, and you'll find a lot of details in a lot of other websites. So the most important thing is once you capture your location and captcha, it will create the application ID. So this is the most important thing. So whenever you are creating, you need to take have to note down this application ID, and this will be your reference. You can retrieve the same application ID afterwards. So two important things. once you submit the application, there are many details which you can fill in. So make sure that you fill the correct data throughout the form, and there are many other videos which will explain you different sections, which I don't intend to do. I'm just giving you tips. The most important is application ID. So make sure that once you submit the application, you cannot really make any changes in application. So make sure that you fill in the details correct before you submit it. The second option, if you already submitted and then you realize something is wrong, then it's easy, don't worry. You can of course go and create a new application and use that application, submit it again. So it fills in all the details from your previous application as it is, and then it's easy. You don't have to fill in all details, but then you can make a correction and then submit that application form. Only thing is, the most important thing is, your latest application form must be linked when you are taking appointment. So there is a separate website to book your appointment. I'll also give you a link for that, and then it's like this. So there, because we are talking about non-immigration visa, which is B1 B2 type, so it will, you need to sign in here. You have to give your details, and then you can sign in and you can take appointment here. So while taking appointment, make sure that the latest application form that you submitted is linked there. So, and then of course there are instructions what all documents you need to carry, so you can follow that from that website. So that's about the application procedure. And then once you get an appointment on the appointment date, you have to go there in person, of course, and then you have to visit the US consulate. So in Brussels, there is a US consulate very near to Central, and then I suggest go a little bit earlier than your appointment time, because they take some time for your security checks and all. So better to go a little early to avoid longer queues. So that's one. Inside, once you go inside, of course you have to keep your all luggage outside, all the documents you can carry, and then there the process is in three steps. One is, first step is where they take your photo, upload it, verify it, do the basic sanity checks. Second check is they take your biometric, and third one is your the main interview with consulate. So that's the most important step. But then be frank, or show your enthusiasm, be clear about your objective, why you want the visa, and then it should be okay. Decision, yeah, of course you get to know the decision immediately. I was told by officer, she asked me what is the purpose, when when I intend to go, and what is my education, and then that's it for my interview. And she already told me that okay, your visa is approved and you can collect it as per the email communication. So that was the procedure for me. It was very easy. And then indeed the passport dispatch, that's the last important stage. How do you get it? So once the visa is stamped, you'll get a notification, email notification, and then based on that, you need to either go to the to the parcel destination to collect it, or you opt for the home delivery of your passport. So that costs around 30 euros, but depending on your location, if you are here, you don't want to keep waiting for your courier delivery, it's best to go in person and get collected. So that's the easy and simple procedure. Hope it helped you in understanding few nitty-gritties of the procedure. I'm sure you will make it. So good luck with your application. Thank you. Bye bye.